Hello, my friend. Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to start off by showing you a few available pieces. This is a 15 by 30 Dutch pour painting that I altered. It is absolutely stunning in person. I cannot even tell you the beauty of this painting. It's one of my favorite that I've ever made. So I did a Dutch pour. I went back in with a paintbrush after it dried and I defined the petals and I did some glitter work on the background there. And it's got one coat of resin. It's going to have another. It is stunning. This is a 12 by 24 Dutch pour, outer edge Dutch pour that I did just this past week. And it has its resin finish. It is stunning. Also, I apologize for the glare. It's just so hard to record these things, especially when it's sunny out. So, yeah, this one is really, really pretty. The next one up is a 16-inch round swipe that I did. Lots and lots of sparkly gold. There's a little maroon and some deep blue in there on a tan background, resin finish also. And then the last one that I have is 12 by 24, and it is my intertwined piece from the Great Switcheroo that is available. Really pretty. So if you're interested in any of these, just give me a shout out on, you can email me, ARTBYTAMMY@yahoo.com. And yeah, that's about it. So let's get started. So we finally got April's sponsor box together. So there's going to be two giveaways for the sponsors, and then one giveaway for viewers on the channel, which will be a gift card. So canvas, palette knives, some of the things you need to do an acrylic pour. Color Shift paints, 24 karat gold, this lovely glitter paint that I love. Fire Opal, beautiful color. And then some of my favorite fluid paints, and a Grumbacher, and my favorite glass glitter. So sponsors do not need to do anything to enter. I already have your email addresses. And viewers, comment below this video if you want to be in the drawing for the gift card. Alrighty, and that will be held live May 3rd at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is comment below, be a subscriber, of course. All right, and if you could like the video, that would help me too. Alrighty, so let's start. Okay, so this will be the last video in the Molten Silvers series. Not silvers, Tammy, silver. I'm already tongue-tied. Molten Silver series. So what I'm going to do is I have a beautiful silver base paint that I'm going to put down, and that is this right here. It is mixed with American Floetrol and water. I'll show you the consistency. By the way, I have a new filming setup coming, which I'm absolutely excited about. It will be a straight down view at the canvas, so that's exciting. You won't have to look at this, because when I do these bigger canvases, the way that my room is set up, I can't fit the tripod where it needs to go straight on. So I kind of give you like a diagonal look at what I'm doing. But yeah, that's coming, so this won't be an issue much longer. So here's my base paint. It makes a hole in the surface when it hits it, but it doesn't continue to create a hole. Like this paint here, show you this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but see how it continues to make a hole? Like it goes back down into itself. Here, let me put the flash on. Maybe that will help. So it goes right back into itself. Creates that hole and goes right back into itself. Whereas the base paint creates a little bit of a hole, but then kind of traces on the surface because it's a metallic, and metallics are always a little bit thicker. You don't want to really thin them out a lot, because if you do, they could break up and dry really gritty looking. So that is the consistency of my base paint. And that's a good consistency for a metallic. The regular colors will be a little bit thinner though. So all of the colors I'm using are mixed with Floetrol, American Floetrol, and water. That's it. The measurements for the regular colors, the non-metallic colors, were 1 teaspoon of paint, 2 tablespoons of Floetrol, and then a tablespoon of water. For the metallics, it was the same, except the water was, we'll say, 2 tablespoons for this gold. Okay? Now, obviously, the silver, I have a big, huge cup. So if you want to make a lot, you got to just multiply those ratios. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump the paint on the canvas. I am going for a white Dutch pour. And what I mean by that is I want the petal in the background to be white. And I have these really pretty blues and a gold to pop out of the center. So I'll put the white down first because that's kind of like the backdrop. Well, I'll put the silver down first, then the white. That's kind of the backdrop of the Dutch pour. And then these other colors, which are greenish blue and turquoise blue by Amsterdam. And my favorite gold, Golden Honey by COLOURARTE, the Prism Pour. And I could show you that really quick. It's extremely close to 24 karat gold. Okay? So I'm going to do the base paint. I'm going to dump it in the center, tilt the canvas around, and then I will come back. I just realized that my Australian Floetrol is on the table, but that is not what I used. I don't want to confuse anybody. This is what I used, regular Floetrol. Okay? So, and you know, something that really wouldn't make much of a difference. You could use Australian Floetrol. It's just too expensive to be mixing it in big quantities. I reserve that for my blooms, for my cell activator. So, I just wanted to clarify that. So, here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this corner first, okay? And then I'm going to take a look at what I've done and decide where I want to go next with this. So I'm doing one of these outer edge Dutch pours where they come in like a framing almost. This would be the easiest way for a beginner to do a Dutch pour because you don't have to concentrate on the center and the composition. You could just put your paints down here and kind of blow them up fancy, and it looks really, really pretty. All right? So this is how I'm going to be layering my paints. White. And I'm going to kind of, I want a petal to go up here. Okay? So I'm going to put some paint right here, and I'm going to kind of go up like this. Just like that, okay? And I'm going to follow that path with my colors. And then what I'll do is I'll blow them upwards or outwards and downwards back over the canvas. So that is where we're starting. Let's do this. So the first portion of the blowout, I sped up a little bit just to save some time. When I flip the canvas around, I show you in slow motion just how slow I am going. But these colors, they're very deceiving on camera because what I'm seeing on camera, there's Humphrey Bogart, by the way. These colors are much more vivid where I'm standing than they are on camera. So, but you'll see when I do the close up. You get some really cool effects when you, and there's flow, some really cool effects. Now, let me get sidetracked for a minute here. Why did I change blow dryers? The first one I was using, the air path, I realized for this size canvas was just a little too wide for my liking, so that's why I switched over. But anyway, you get some really cool effects when you put a silver or any metallic down as a base. It makes almost like this hammered chrome look, and you're going to see it when I do the close-up. But I'm just laying the colors down, and here this is in real time exactly how slow I am going. Now, I'm going to be altering this Dutch pour, so the composition of the petals really don't matter much, but I feel as a beginner doing a Dutch pour this way really helps you understand how to move the paints. It makes it a little less stressful because going down the center, as I always say, it takes a little more experience and technique to do that, to get that right layout. But coming from the edge, as I'm doing here, you could just blow the paint back off the canvas and blow some little petals up to the center. It makes it a lot easier, in my opinion. Now, I wanted more white to show up in this painting, which it did not. But overall, I was really happy with it in the end. And the white just, it outlines it perfectly. So I'm going to give you a close-up before I start to alter it here, so you can see those effects that I'm talking about when you pour on a metallic base. It's like they look like little silver nail heads, believe it or not. I'm going to do a really close-up here in a second. So right here, you see how that lacing, it makes it look like little silver pillows almost. I love that look. I love that look. So that's what it looks like right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my palette knife in a minute here, and I am going to just pull some of the color out because there was a lot of silver in it. Plus, you could kind of create some depth and movement in the piece when you do something like use a palette knife on it. See this area right here? You can see just how cool that lacing looks, huh? Okay, so, yep, right there. I love that look. All right, so I kind of zoomed in a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a palette knife and continue to work on it a little bit here to pull some of this color out. It's a little bit. It's a little, the silver is so dominant, and it's kind of taking over, not taking over. You're not seeing the colors really good because of the cell is celled up so much, but it is really pretty. Let me give you a decent close-up here in a minute. I'm just kind of making some little wispy looking things, Once you blow it out, it doesn't have to be over. You can continue to work on it. Make it into something you like. Why not? Same old is boring sometimes, You gotta just play with it a little bit. Didn't want to play with it that way, though. Some little area in here. Add some interest. Just like so. And just wipe down your palette knife in between each pass so you don't muddy up your painting. Yeah, I like that area like that. All right, so I'm going to continue to meddle with this a little bit, and then I'll bring you in for the close-up. So stay tuned. Alrighty, so here we go. I'll show it to you this way first. So I just basically did a Dutch pour and then altered it a little bit with the palette knife. But look at all the depth that creates, right? It does create a lot of depth and interest to the piece when you do something like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. So my friends, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click like. Don't forget. See, it's a lot more colorful than it looks. It's just, it's hard to see it on film, but I can't wait to resin it. As I was saying, if you liked the video, please click like. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe. All the links you need and discount codes you need are in the description below. Again, comment on the video, like the video if you want to be entered into the viewer giveaway. And I thank you all for joining me today. I love you all, and until the next time, my friend, happy pouring.